Hey everyone, just a quick word before we get started on this beer review. If you're interested in purchasing any of these beers that you see on my channel, stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you where you can purchase them at online. Now, isn't that lovely? Have beer shipped right to your home and don't have to go anywhere. All right, enjoy the video. Cheers to that. Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dr. Dave. Fabulous indeed. Now, for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights, today we have a kick-ass beer on deck, baby. It's from the Southern Tier Brewing Company. They're located in Lakewood, New York, and this is the Lakeshore Fog, described as a hazy and juicy IPA that checks in at 6.5% alcohol by volume. Now, what makes this so good for me is that I've had several of these in the past, but they've all been out of date. This one right here is only 61 days old. Yay! Because the other ones I had were 2 and 3 months out of date. So this is a much fresher version, and I think it's going to be well worth my time and effort. Let me see if I can get this top off here so we can enjoy this lovely beer. For the occasion, I have a Southern Tier pint glass, no doubt. I got that on a Cleveland Beer Week some years ago. Now, the last time I had this beer, which I think was sometime last year, it was about 2 months past date, and I made the comment that, oh man, that was really good. I bet you that when it's fresh, that beer is really kick ass. Well, we're going to find out today. As you would agree, it is very hazy. Yeah, very hazy, golden colored. It made a small amount of some white foam there, although I didn't pour it straight in. I was a little bit rough with it, so it should have made a little more foam than that. Now, what we can do is we can always put our little stir stick in here while holding it off to the side, not stirring it up too much because that's what we have to do when we stir it too much. We have to set it off to the side for just a moment or two while it does its thing. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about when I go to the bar and the bartender pours the beer and it's got a little overflow on it. He or she'll take that rag that's behind the bar and wipe off. Yeah, don't wipe my glass with any rag. I don't know where that rag has been. Don't do that. Yeah, well there you got it. Now that looks nice, huh? Oh wow. Whew. That is loaded with some tropical fruit, and I got some grapefruit in there as well. Wow, that's much more pungent than I remember. Oh, yeah. See, I knew this was going to be kick ass. Hey, I want to thank the brewers there in Lakewood, New York at Southern Tier, baby. They make some kick ass beer. I'm looking forward to that pumpkin coming out shortly, baby. Yeah, that's one of my favorites, that pumpkin. Oh, baby. Cheers to them. Cheers to you at home, too. Mm, I just knew that if I got a fresh version of this beer, it was going to be killer. And it is. It is killer. Oh man, that grapefruit and tropical fruit lingers there on your palate. It's got a nice dry finish to it. It's not bitter. It doesn't have a lot of hops in there. I don't know what the IBUs are. Southern Tier routinely doesn't publish their IBUs, which is okay with me because everybody has a different take on what IBUs are. Just because IBUs are 100 doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a super bitter beer. And just because the IBUs are 40, it could be a killer bitter beer. It's all in the types of hops that are used in the brewing process. There's a lot of variables in there. So, yeah, the hops and the IBUs don't necessarily go hand in hand, but nice dry finish on this one. Lip smacking good, baby. It's got medium carbonation. It's got a medium mouthfeel on it. Now, this would go with a variety of foods, but I'm telling you, this is the kind of beer that you would want to sit on the patio or your balcony overlooking the water somewhere and sip on. Oh, yeah. That's why it's called Lakeshore. Lakeshore Fog, baby. from Southern Tier out of Lakewood, New York. This is probably distributed nationally. I would think it would be. Southern Tier has been around for a very long time, and like I said, their Pumpkin is one of the most popular pumpkin beers around. Now, a lot of people don't like that beer. That's a whole different story. We're talking about the Lakeshore Fog. This is a great beer. Man, grapefruit, tropical fruit hit you right in the nose, baby. By the way, I was having a discussion with a fellow YouTuber about drinking beer from the can or the bottle versus drinking from a glass. About 70% of your tasting experience comes from your nose. And if you notice, look how far the nose goes into the glassware. You're smelling and tasting at the same time. They work in conjunction. So that's why when you have a head cold and you can't breathe through your nose, you can't taste your food. And that makes sense, right? All right, my friends, life is very short. Be happy. Drink whatever makes you happy. Doesn't have to be Lakeshore Fog, baby. Drink beer. Cheers to that. Okay, everyone. As promised, Dr. Dave's going to tell you where he buys his beers and where you can buy them also. First on the list is rivalrybrews.com. Now, don't worry, I'm going to put the links in the description box for you. Rivalry Brews is a relatively new mail order place. It's based right here in Ohio, in Medina, and they are fantastic. I tell you what, when they first started, I got free shipping on all the beers. Now I think they charge me $2. $2 for 12 beers. That's fantastic. Now, as far as I know, they ship to the lower 48, but you might want to check the website on that. I can't be 100% sure, but the shipping is fast. The turnaround is fast, and if anything's wrong, they will fix it right away. I only had one issue with them, and they refunded half my purchase order, which I thought was more than fair. More than fair. So anyway, by the way, disclaimer, I don't get any money on any of this. I'm not affiliated with any of these beer companies. They don't know I'm doing this. I'm just telling you where to buy the beer. Now, one day I may be affiliated, and if I am at that point, I'll certainly let you know. So, Rivalry Brews, located right here in Ohio, they specialize in Ohio beers, beers from Pennsylvania and Indiana. So, if you want some good Ohio craft beer, that's a good place to start. The second one on my list, oh, I love this place. It's called Halftime Beer. Halftime Beer has two locations in New York State, Poughkeepsie, and I believe it's pronounced Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck. Yeah, don't quote me on that pronunciation. I tried my best. Yeah, anyway, they have more beer online than you could possibly look at in a day. I'm telling you, they have beer everywhere on that website. And all you have to do is go on there, make your selection, and have it shipped. Now, they do have gift boxes, which come with a really nice cooler. Yeah, and you can't beat it. It's $5 shipping on those special orders. Now, on the other beers, the shipping can get a little bit pricey, but I've never had an order for more than $20 shipping, which I think is really good for 12 bottles of beer. Now, if you get cans, it's less cost because it weighs less. And that's what costs the money is the weight and the size of the box. So, yeah, check them out. Now, I belong to two of their what's known as Beer of the Month Club. I'm in their German Beer of the Month Club, so I get 12 bottles from six different breweries, two of each, once a month. And there's a lot of beers in there that I've never heard of from Germany. I thought I had them all, not even close. And then I have the Around the World Beer Club, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's beers from all over the world. So far, I only got one beer that I didn't really like. It happens. It happens. And, you take your chances on that. But I got some beer from South Korea, of all places, South Korea. I thought it was really, really good. Now, last on the list, but not least, and I didn't put these in any particular order, it's the Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, they're out of San Diego, and they have a killer selection. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, talking about all this beer, I'm going to have one here. Mm, that's just a regular run of the mill Pilsner, German style, but it hits the spot on a day like this. Anyway, best damn beer shop. Woo! Now, their shipping, they require you to choose in lots of six. So you can get 6, 12, 18, 24 is the maximum. And their shipping is reasonable considering I'm on the East Coast and they're on the West Coast. Yeah, the shipping is generally about $19 for a 12 bottle selection, which I don't think is a lot. $19? No, I don't think that's a lot. Now, the more beer you buy, the less money it's going to cost. That's just a fact of economics. So if you want to buy six beers, it's going to cost more to ship it than the 12. Hey, I don't make the rules, man. Just buy more beer. You save more money on shipping. What can I tell you? Yeah, but they're a great place, and so all three of those places, Rivalry Brews for Ohio beers, and then you have the Halftime Beverage, which is in New York. They have a selection on everything, and same thing with Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, if you want some West Coast beers that you can't find in your town, that's the place to buy them at. Last but not least, people always ask me, what is that on your beer glass? Well, I bought it at Amazon, Amazon.com. It's called a vacuum vin. Vacuum vin. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. And the inside of it is lined with special material. So what you do is you put this in the freezer, you let it sit overnight, and then you put your beverage in here, and it will maintain that beverage at around 38 degrees, which is really cold for a beer. But I like my Pilsners cold. Now, if you already have a beer that warmed up, put it in here and it'll bring it to the proper temperature, no doubt. And I said last, but I was mistaken. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Dr. Dave's beer glasses. Now, I did sell these a number of years ago when I had my other beer channel. And this is a new design, though. This is a different design. Now, I could sell these if there's enough interest in them, but I have to order them about 144 at a time. So I don't want to order them unless there's some real interest in them. Now, it's difficult to see on here, but it says Dr. Dave's cheap ass beer reviews. Yeah, it's not really going to come out that well there on the camera. But I would sell these at cost. Now I'm not trying to make any money on them. I think it cost me 14.98 to have those made. So I would sell them at the same price. Now I don't know the price could have gone up because I did buy those a few years back. So, but I would sell them at cost if anybody's interested. But like I said, I don't get any money off these links. There's no affiliate links here. I'm not making any money. I just wanted to let everybody know where I buy my beer so you could buy it too. Oh, and you know, I almost forgot the Amazing Clubs Beer of the Month Club. Amazing Clubs. I'll put all the links in the description box. Knock yourself out. Hey, thanks for watching, okay? And Dr. Dave says cheers to that.